All right, you guys, I am here to talk to you today about Instagram as promised. This training is going to be very basic. This is going to be for those of you who kind of don't even really know what the big deal is about Instagram. You're not even sure how to use it. Maybe you know how to post to it, but that's about it. If you're already pretty consistently posting and using Instagram stories and you get it, you just need some help getting it better, let me know. There are better trainings. Okay, this is a very basic beginner Instagram training for our coaches. Okay, so the first question, what's the big deal? We have Facebook. Why do we need Instagram? Let me just tell you, you need Instagram. Okay, Facebook is slowly over time becoming more shut off, more closed off. It's becoming a place for people to go where they don't connect with anyone other than the people they're closest to. I don't know if you've noticed, it's getting harder and harder to make new friends on Facebook. It's getting harder to have friend requests be accepted. It is getting harder to have people even respond to a message, which is so bizarre because you can see, you know that they've read the message. It tells you right there, and they just don't respond. And that's getting to be so common. So we spend all our time searching for people who look cool, which is hard to do on Facebook, sending them a friend request, never having them accept it. And then the people that we do have, Facebook doesn't want to show us their posts. So all we get are the spammy shares that are so annoying. You can't really build a relationship when someone just shares cat videos all day. And then when you do finally get to a point where you feel like you've got a relationship with someone enough to send them a message, they ignore you. Facebook's getting harder, okay? Now, I don't know if this is temporary, if Facebook's just changing up algorithms and things will calm down and people will chill out a little bit and be friendly again on Facebook, or if this is just kind of the direction Facebook's going. I don't know. All I know is it's like beating your head against a wall to focus all of your time on Facebook trying to make and meet new friends. And it's not helping. You're all struggling to grow your business and you need another tool. Instagram is that tool, okay? Instagram is completely different. The people on Instagram are not suspicious. They're not closed off. They're not trying to stay private. Even if they have a private profile, they're more open than the people on Facebook, okay? People on Instagram love to have you comment on their picture. That's why they posted it. People on Instagram always reply to your message, always. Even if all they do is send you a heart, they always reply, okay? People on Instagram will come find you and they will comment on your stuff. Out of the blue, you'll be like, what is going on here? People actually commented on my stuff. I have no idea who they are. That's what Instagram is. Instagram is wide open. No one is a stranger on Instagram, okay? Now, before you freak out about that and think, oh my gosh, that's so dangerous, there's creepers, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there's creepers. There's creepers on Facebook. I have to block people on Facebook every day when I get creeper friend requests. It happens. It happens on Instagram too. And actually, it's tons easier to block them on Instagram. I don't even think twice about it. If I see someone that looks shady, I block them. If I see a dude following me and liking a whole bunch of my pictures, I block him. I have no need to have dudes following me, so I block him. I do not follow dudes. I only follow girls, typically mostly moms. Like, I really am able to focus on the people I want to know and the people who I want to know me. And I'm going to tell you how to do that in a minute. So don't be weirded out by that, okay? They're going to find your crap whether you want them to or not. Creepers, if they want to find your crap, are going to find your crap. So you can either get busy busting out this business so that you have the power to protect yourself whenever it's necessary, or you can hide in fear. You can stay completely off social media. You can hide in a hole and have nobody but your kids, which is amazing, but it's not enough. Like, it's okay, okay? It's okay if there are creepers. We can block them. We can protect ourselves. Don't go putting your physical address on Instagram or anything by any means. There are precautions you can take, but don't let it freak you out, okay? Because I have met some of the most amazing, incredible people on Instagram. Amazing people. So many good friends on Instagram now. So don't let it freak you out. Open your heart to finding amazing people, and you will. Okay? Now, I am going to go ahead and do a quick screen share. I do have an app on my computer that allows me to access Instagram from the computer. Ta-da! It's pretty rudimentary. It's not nearly as slick and easy to use as my phone. So I still mostly use Instagram from my phone, but sometimes it's nice to hop onto the computer when I have a whole bunch of messages to send because I can type a lot faster on the computer than I can on my phone. And for the purposes of this training, obviously I want to be able to show you what it looks like. So there are two aspects to Instagram, okay? There's the typical newsfeed, which is the people that you follow. And as you scroll on down, that dude's gross. I think it's actually a girl though. As you scroll on down, you see their pictures and their captions and their hashtags and whatever else they add. And you can choose to double tap on your phone or just click a heart on your computer that's the equivalent of liking their photo, okay? It's a little bit more beneficial on Instagram. I know I tell you on Facebook, liking a photo is completely useless. It's semi more functional on Instagram because people pay a little bit more attention to their likes, but not a ton. So don't count a heart as one of your 50 connects for your power hour, okay? If you're not really doing your power hour and you're just kind of killing time, double tap, double tap, double tap, go for it. Make yourself known on Instagram. But if you're doing your intentional power hour time, you're really trying to make connections, you always want to comment, okay? Always comment. The other things that they have here, this little airplane, paper airplane looking thing, you can share it with somebody. I never do. And then this thing right here, you can click to save it. What this does, we're going to click down here on this little person. This takes you to my private, personal, whatever profile. So this is like my profile. And you can see that little flag thing right here, and that shows you everything that you have saved. The only benefit I've found to this is if I am like at the doctor's office or in line at the grocery store and I happen to be scrolling through Instagram just to kill time and I find someone, I'm like, dude, this girl is so cute, I really want to get to know her, then I will save one of her posts, and that way when I get home, I can go in here and I can say, yeah, this girl right here, she was so cute, and I can make sure she goes on my list, okay? So that's good to know that you have that option. I'm going to go back to the home screen, which is the newsfeed, and scroll on up and tell you about the other aspect of Instagram, and that is Instagram stories. That's these little bubbles up here, okay? And this is what you're hearing about nonstop because this is where it's at. Instagram stories is far and away the greatest way to expand your network, to build connections, okay? Absolutely, hands down, spend 90% of your time connecting through stories rather than the newsfeed, okay? I'm going to just click on mine, show you what it looks like. This is where you can share as much or as little as you want. There can be pictures, there can be text, there can be videos. This is where you share the little day-to-day things, okay? The things that are too much to put all over your feed. You don't want to post like 3 billion times on Instagram, okay? But some people still like to see those little moments. Oh. You don't need to hear that. Some people like to see all those little moments. Sometimes there's funny things that you can share that aren't really good enough for a post. That's the stuff that goes into stories. So in any given day, I will have no less than 9 stories, usually more like 15 to 20 stories in a 24-hour period. Now, if you're familiar with Snapchat, then you'll understand stories. They're only up for 24 hours. Okay, so you put a story, a picture up there, it's only there for 24 hours. So you see my first story was 22 hours ago. This is going to disappear in 2 hours, okay? And the good thing about that is that it keeps it clean, okay? As people are going through your stuff, they're not like, oh my gosh, there's 3 billion pictures on here. They can just see what you're doing today. They can see what your life is today. This is where you want to share your workouts. This is where you share your sweaty selfies. This is where you share your shakes, things like that. You share them in your stories because it's part of your day-to-day life, but you don't need to share them in your posts because that's when it gets kind of spammy and icky, right? So stories has really given us the opportunity to share more of the behind the scenes of our life, you could say. Because a lot of people seem to get the idea that being a coach is, too much for their life. They can't do it. They're a mom, they work, whatever. And if you're sharing that you're doing all of this around the chaos of mom life, then they're going to get the idea that, holy crap, her life looks a lot like mine. She has laundry all over the house, like blah, blah, blah. Maybe I could do what she's doing as they get to know you, and then they'd be more open to reaching out or accepting your invitation, okay? So those are the two options. You can post into the newsfeed, which you need to do. I would say at least once a day. No more than, I would say 1 to 2 a day on Instagram, no more than 2. And then Instagram stories all day long. Just have fun with it. Get creative, have a little fun, use it to save cute videos of your kids. As you're uploading to Instagram stories and even after you upload them before they go away, you have the option down here. You click that little thing and it gives you the option to save. So if you take pictures of your kids and stories and then afterwards you're like, man, those are so cute, you can go back in and save them before they disappear so that you can keep them on your phone. I just about closed out all of Instagram. That's not what I want to do. This little guy right here, this little camera, that's how you add to your Instagram stories. I don't even know what it does when I click it on the computer. Is it going to be a big, ugly selfie because my camera stinks? I think it is. So that's what you click, either preferably on your phone, to get to Instagram stories. And if you look down here, you can see that there are these different options. There's way more on the phone. Do this from the phone. I never do this from the computer. So those are the different options of things that you can add to your stories. Like you can do a video, you can do a picture, you can do a boomerang video, which are those repeating little ones where you go like this, like nonstop. They're kind of fun. So there's lots of fun things you can do there. Use your personality. Be creative. Be fun. Have energy. And just let them see your life. It doesn't have to be all the rosy stuff. You can show the mess. You can show the frick, I'm tired. Whatever's going on in your life, share it. And that's how people get to know you, and that's how people get to trust you, okay? Now, we need to talk about how to find people and how to be found. First of all, I'm going to take you to my profile again. You want to make sure that you have a good profile, okay? So you cannot do separate lines if you type it straight into Instagram. I typed these into my notes and then copied them over. So get creative. There's more to you than just Beachbody coaching. There's more to you than just being a mom. Like, what do you love? I'm obsessed with Harry Potter. I mean, the books are all right there. What do you love? And how can you use that to attract other people like you? When I see another mom who's sitting watching a Harry Potter movie with her kids, I'm going to connect with that mom because I'm like, heck yeah, that's my kind of day. That's what I want to do. So it's a good opportunity for you to think about, what do I love? Who am I? What makes me me? What things do I see in other people? What attracts me to other people makes me think we could be friends, right? DIY. I love to build things. So when I put that here, it attracts other DIYers to me, and we have something to talk about. We have something to share, okay? So make sure you have a good profile here, and don't call yourself a Beachbody coach. Like, just, you are not a Beachbody coach. You are so much more than that. You are so amazing and wonderful and beautiful and unique. Let that part of you shine, and let the Beachbody coaching part of you be the icing on the cake, okay? You can see I don't even have Beachbody coaching on here. I don't feel like it's necessary. I just don't. So the other thing, you can put one link on Instagram that's actually clickable, that people can click it and it'll take them to the link. So what we used to do is we would change that link periodically to be like a sneak peek into coaching link, or an application to join my challenge group link, or whatever. Now we use this Linktree option, and basically if you click this, it takes them to a page of links, okay? And so it'll have my join my challenge group, join my team, or whatever I've got going on, all the links will be there. So whatever they were interested in, they'll find the link and they can go from there. And that way I don't have to go in and update it as much. So that's kind of nice. And it only takes a second to set that up, and it's free. All right. So 1 to 2 posts a day, they're going to show up just like this, okay? And you're going to want to watch for comments. This one was fun. This was an engagement one, and boy, did it get engagement. For me, like 14 to 15 comments is really good. That's super good for me. So when you get comments on your post, reply to each one individually, okay? You can click reply, it'll tag them, and then you can type something into each person individually. Here's why. First of all, the more comments people put on your photos, the more Instagram's going to show your stuff. Same as Facebook. It's owned by Facebook. Same algorithms. The more engagement on your post, the more they're going to boost it in the newsfeed, okay? But think about this. Your comments count too. So if you reply to every single comment, you are doubling the engagement, okay? Also, these people see your stuff. They're already following you, and they're interested enough that they commented on a photo. You need to be interested enough in them to reply directly, because when you reply directly, it tags them. They're going to be sure to see it. And I mean, nobody wants to leave a comment and never have it be noticed. You want to engage. You want to have that conversation back and forth. So do that for every single person. And sometimes you'll get into a whole back and forth conversation right in the comments. That's what people are here for. They want to chit chat, okay? They're not going to ignore you. But it really does help boost your engagement. So when you get comments, make sure that you reply to every single comment. Also, hashtags. Hashtags are super important. I don't believe I put hashtags on this one because I wanted to test my actual followers. I think I put hashtags on this one. So hashtags are how people find other people, right? It's people will search a hashtag. You could click on this hashtag and it would, I didn't do as many as I should have here because I was in a hurry. But hashtags are what people do. They search hashtags and they go find other people that look cool. So if you clicked on any one of these hashtags, my post would be in there, and somebody scrolling through that hashtag might find me and come comment. I believe this girl right here was a new follower, I'm assuming because of a hashtag. So you want to use hashtags. You can use 30 hashtags per post. You want to use 30 hashtags, okay? This is a bad example because I did not. I'm doing some hashtag research right now. So I'm changing up my hashtags just to get some different people, but use the hashtags, use 30 of them, okay? Don't use Beachbody hashtags. Don't do hashtag 80-day obsession, hashtag Autumn Calabrese, hashtag Beachbody coach. Don't do that. You're just going to get coaches. You don't want other coaches to follow you. That's dumb. That's dumb. You don't want that. So you need to get creative. You can see none of mine have anything to do with coaching, and they almost don't even have anything to do with physical fitness at all. Other than maybe the Stronger Than Before would probably have some fitness stuff in it. Do some research. If you do a Google search and do hashtags for whatever, hashtags for mom life, hashtags for DIY, hashtags for whatever you're posting about, then you're going to get tons and tons of options. So play with those, use them, and if it brings you good followers, awesome. If it brings you creepers, figure out which one's weird and get rid of it. But it's just a matter of trial and error. But you want to use those hashtags. It's going to get your post seen by many, many more eyes, okay? The other thing too is once you get your hashtags and you've done some research and you found something, you're like, I'm liking these are working. The easy way to add them to a post is to have them typed up in the notes on your phone and save them there. And that way, once you put up a post, you can go over to your phone, copy the hashtags, and go back and post them or copy and paste them into a comment. So I would recommend having several different groupings of hashtags. I usually have hashtags that are food related for when I post my food or a recipe. I have somewhat fitness oriented hashtags, so you have to be careful there. And I will use those when I post, if I happen to post about my workout. I have mom life hashtags. I have DIY hashtags. I have LDS mom hashtags for when I post something from my scriptures or whatever. So different topics that you tend to post about, have a hashtag grouping for those. Some of those hashtags can be repeated. Some of the, this Motherhood Rising, I use that one in a lot of my groupings. They can be repeated in different groupings, but make sure that they're unique. Don't go posting clean eating on, you know, like building a wooden shelf post. That doesn't make sense, right? So have some different groupings of hashtags ready to copy and paste for the different kinds of things you post about. And that makes it so much easier, okay? So much easier. Let's see. Now, as I said, you can click on any of these hashtags. Let's see if it'll let me. It is letting me. You can click on any hashtag and it's going to take you to a sort of news feed of people using that hashtag. Oh, look, there's a coach. Oh, look, he's probably a coach. A fair amount of these might be coaches. So I might want to rethink this. I might want to look through here and say, okay, how many of these people are coaches? Maybe I don't want that hashtag anymore. You could also look through it and you might find that it's kind of creepy, like a bunch of naked chicks or something. Okay, we don't want those people, so you take that hashtag out. Or you might find a hashtag and you're like, oh, look, she's posted pictures of her kids. Oh, look, she's super cute. Oh, it's a family picture. Like totally what you would look for. Then you know that's a winning hashtag and you want to keep it. So, you know, take a little bit of time every day and research 1 or 2 hashtags. That's all you have to do. So that's how you use hashtags. That's how everyone else uses hashtags. They do the same thing. They click on a hashtag and it takes them to this news feed, and then they research it. Now, let's talk about your style. You want to be careful about using too many emojis on your pictures. Use them in your posts, definitely. Definitely use emojis in your posts. But on your pictures, you want to keep them fairly clean. Like this one right here, not my favorite. Sometimes I get a hair up my butt to do something with a bunch of text on it, but it doesn't attract people as much as this picture right here of my grandma and my daughter. And again, I didn't add hashtags. I mean, other than one that was part of my message, and I had over 20 comments. You know, because the pictures are what people are here for. They come to Instagram and they scroll the pictures. And if the picture isn't gonna stop your scroll, they're not gonna read what you wrote, okay? So don't do too much of this. This one, again, it was an engagement one. It was kind of a test to draw out some engagement for my current followers. This one, again, was another engagement one that actually worked pretty well. But for the most part, you can see that my photos are mostly just photos, okay? Very rarely do I do a text only. That's what you want. You want good photos, and you want to steer clear of too many weird filters, okay? I don't use a lot of filters. Very rarely. I have one filter in Instagram that I use that gives it this hazy look because I like it, but I don't do it very often. And when I do, like they kind of match. I either have bright and clear, or I have my hazy look. That's kind of my style. So you want to really stick to one or two styles so that they recognize it and it's not just going to make their eyes bleed, okay? Just trust me on that. Let's see. When you're using Instagram stories, you can do videos, which means you can talk to people and you can like talk to them about coaching or talk to them about your challenge group. But people don't like you to ramble. They're not there to hear you talk for 10 minutes. Like Instagram stories are 15 seconds each. They don't want to go through 30 15-second videos of you talking. Yuck. So if you're going to do a video, make it be no more than like 3 screens. Okay, that's less than a minute. That's 45 seconds that you have to get your message out. So if you're going to do video, just be cautious. Don't keep people there for too long, because if it goes on too long, they're gonna be like, they won't listen anymore. They'll be like, oh, when do we get to the pictures? And then they'll be like, is she still going? And then they'll swipe and they'll go past you to the next person. So you don't want to drive people away from too many videos. Okay, now let's talk about how you can find people really quick. And then I think that's good basics for you to get started with. You can come right here to this little search thing, okay? This is gonna tell you some pages that they think you might like. I don't very often find any here that I really want to follow, but I always check it just in case there's a cute mom or a farmhouse blogger that I want to look at. So that's one place you can look. Another thing that you can do is search those hashtags. So you could search, I don't know. Here, let's see what tags it's going to recommend for me. You could search LDS Mom Life, maybe. It's probably going to be all coaches. I have to be really careful with the LDS mom stuff. Oh, look, now it's the Lash Girls. So, you know, but you could scroll through here and you could be like, oh, look, there's Debbie. You could scroll through here and see if there's any that look like just a normal mom post that's not actually a business, and there's really not. I need a better one. Let's see. What is today? Today is Monday. Let's say it's a Monday. Okay, let's try that. All right, now we're getting somewhere. This is a little less coachy. There's still some of that, but it's a little less. She looks like maybe she's just a hairdresser and maybe not an MLMer. So I might look at her. Okay, so then you can go click on her and you can look at her profile and you can say, okay, she's super cute. Or you could say, she's kind of weird, whatever you feel like. If you like her, click follow. Don't be weird, just click follow. And then I like to click on this because it's easier. You can go through and double tap all of her pictures. And if you find one that's super cute, then you can comment on it, okay? Looks like she is actually an MLMer, so I'm not going to, but. So that's one way you can do it. You search a hashtag and you just kind of browse through there looking for someone who looks kind of cute. Looks like maybe she is one of your target market. Yeah, that's kind of a time-consuming way to do it. Another way that I like to find people is I'll go to one of my favorite big bloggers, big Instagrammers, okay, a big account. I'm just going to use Clean Food Crush, for example. She used to be a coach on Micah's team, so there's a ton of coaches that follow her. So I don't use it a ton, but it's a good example that I can think of off the top of my head. But you can see she has almost 400,000 followers. Okay, that's a big deal. And then if you click on one of her photos, you can see she has, oh, it's not going to show me because of this. She has 181 comments. Holy crap. That's a ton of comments. She has great engagement. So you click on her comments and then you kind of go through here and, oh, look, that looks like a girl. Click on her name and go check her out. And if you like her, follow her, like some of her pictures, and comment on one. A good guideline is 5-3-1. So like 5 of her pictures, comment on 3 of them, although I usually only do comment on 1, and then follow. That's the one. So just like a whole bunch of pictures that aren't too old, comment on 1, send her a follow request. And then she'll probably follow you back. That's just the way Instagram works. They typically follow you back. So there's another girl. She could be cute. Now, the cool thing, so she's private. This is up to you. If you're like, man, she just looks so cute. She looks like someone I really want to follow. Then you can still request to follow her, and most people will accept you. I'm not going to. She doesn't totally look like my kind of gal. So I'm not going to, but this is what you do is you just kind of scroll through here and you find some people who look cute. You go follow them, you like some of their stuff, and then you move on and you put them down on your list. And even if they don't follow you back, you're following them now and you can continue to engage on their posts. So you add them to your list of people that you want to build with. Okay. That's really the best way to build with people, to find people, is to find a big account, go to their comments, and then find some people you want to follow. Once you do that, add those people to your list and just continue to engage with them. If they use Instagram stories, comment, use their Instagram stories, engage on their Instagram stories. If they don't, comment on their posts. The thing about it is you're going to get a different audience in the posts and you're going to get a different audience in the stories. So it's like 2 separate social media outlets for you all in one app. Okay, so you want to use both. But Instagram stories is definitely the hot place to be right now. So that's the basics of it. That's really what you need to know to get started. Just get started. Don't overthink it. Just start using it. If you scroll to the beginning of my Instagram, it would look like poo. Okay? It's okay. Move on. Those pictures disappear really fast if you continue consistently adding. So just start using it. Start using hashtags. Start following people. Grow your list, okay? If I had mine right here, I would show you. Just grow your list as you're going through connecting with people. Write them down in a notebook. That's all it takes. That's all I do. Just a notebook, and I just write them down if it's someone that I want to continue to connect with. So it's not hard. Just get started. Start using it, and as you get more comfortable with it,